focus? Yeah, I'm in focus. Huh. This camera never focuses right. But this camera is also not really meant for video, it's meant for photography. So, today, we're gonna chat a little bit. First, I need to take some notes. Alright, we have some notes for today's video. Will I follow these notes? Probably not. I am not always known to follow notes, but today's video is about 5 things I learned about photography in 2020. Now, before you guys start watching, when I say 5 things I learned about photography, I don't necessarily mean techniques or completely about business, but this is just more of personal, just things I learned going through my journey of starting my business in 2020, which probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I digress. So number 1, I learned 2020 that it is much easier to start a business than you think. It is so easy to require a business license. You literally go to your state website, you do the thing, you pay for it, and you're a business. It is that easy to start a business. However, what is difficult is getting the business off the ground. I would not say that I am off the ground. I started my business over the summer. I have had 1 photo gig that was paid. A couple of other things I've done have been volunteer because I'm trying to build that portfolio, or have been for family. I almost had another photo gig and I was so excited, but it didn't completely follow through. Getting your business off the ground is the hard part. I just wanted to sell 1 photo, 1 print this year. It did not happen, unfortunately. However, I started off on Etsy and I've now moved over to Pickfair, so maybe doing Pickfair might be a better spot for me. We'll see, and maybe I'll do another video about that at another time. But yeah, so I'm still working out the kinks. So number 1, easy to start a business, not so easy to get it booming. But could also be that I started in the year of the pandemic, so that might be my own fault. Number 2, lenses are everything. I just got this camera, the Canon 90D, and I love it, don't get me wrong. But I will say, the power is behind the lenses. I started with the basic lens, and I mean, this camera was a huge step up. I love the camera. The body does have a lot to do with this. But you can take good photos with a crummy point and shoot camera. You don't have to start with the big fancy camera. I had to work up my way to here. I started with a Nikon Coolpix, and like an old Coolpix even. It's not one of the newer ones. It's still a great camera. I still use it for certain things. But I will say it is the lenses. The lenses that I got for this camera have made the difference, especially the 50mm. Oh, love my 50mm. I would film with it if I could, but I would have to have my camera on a tripod in like the next room because you have to like have it so far away. I invest in good lenses. Pick the camera that like brand you want to go with, and that way when you decide you want to upgrade the camera body, all your lenses will transfer over as long as it's within the same brand and has the right mount. You can get mount adapters, but I haven't played around with those and I heard that they're okay, but pick the brand that you love and really invest in those lenses. Your lenses will likely be more than your camera sometimes. That I have not gotten any lenses that are more than my camera, but I have thought about it. Alright, the 3rd thing. I know I just said any camera is fine, use what you have, and I do stand by this, use what you have. But if you have a camera, use your camera. Our cell phones are great. don't get me wrong, our cell phones do an amazing job. I have taken some awesome photos with my phone, but I have noticed that I am lazier with my phone. With my camera, even a film camera, if all you have is a film camera that you got for 10 bucks at Goodwill, you're gonna be more intentional with a camera in your hand than you likely will with a phone. And that is just something that I've learned in 2020. This is what I've learned this year, because I was relying on my phone a lot. Because I won't lie to you, my phone camera was probably better than my Nikon camera, but I also wasn't using my Nikon camera to its full potential. I should have played around with the settings more, and I did get some pretty great pictures out of that camera. So all in all, if you have a camera, use it. Don't just rely on your phone. Your phone is great for the quick, like Instagram or whatever, but for your memories or especially for your business, use a camera. All right, number 4, going off of that, take your camera everywhere. I was surprised by how much I did not take my camera places in 2020. Now, I didn't go very far either, but I didn't pull out my brand new camera as much as I should have. I should have used it a lot more. When I went hiking, I think I took my film camera, which is great. I think one hike I just took my phone. I don't know why I didn't bring this camera. I should have brought this camera. I would have taken fantastic photos, even if it's just a walk in the park, going on a date. Take your camera. Just take it everywhere, because you never know. If you wait for the perfect special occasion to have your camera, you're hardly ever going to use your camera, because a lot of those special things happen. They just happen. Sometimes just special moments just happen, and then you don't have your camera and you don't get to document it. And then you get in that rut where it's like, well, I didn't document it last time, and I wasn't too heartbroken, so maybe I shouldn't do it this time. The more you use your camera, the more heartbroken you'll be when you don't have your camera. I've learned that. Take your camera everywhere, because you never know when you're going to use it, and it's also good practice. The other thing too is you could be out and about with your camera taking pictures, and somebody can come up to you and say, hey, are you a photographer? Can I pay you to take photos? I went to the dog park near my house and just to practice taking some pictures, and it was kind of foggy, so I thought, oh, this will be kind of cool. I go and I take pictures, and the owner of that park came up to me and he said, hey, could you please post the pictures that you take onto our Facebook page to get more awareness and more people here? He also gave me the perfect spots to go to take pictures that most people don't do. He gave me a lot of ideas. Always take your camera. You never know the opportunities you will have when you have your camera on you. All right, and last but not least, don't forget to document your own special moments too, or mundane moments. Don't forget to take pictures for yourself. I definitely find that I spend more time capturing other people's special moments for them than I do capturing my own. And while 2020 was not a horrible year, but it was a tough year, there were some great moments that I should have taken the time to appreciate. And while I have my phone to take those pictures, I could have been much more intentional to capture my own special moments. Don't forget to put yourself first also. Not just your business, not just other people's moments, but your own as well. This was just a quick, I'm trying to get back on YouTube and try to get more consistent again, and also that I hope your 2021 is going to be good, that you're going to have a great year. We're all in this together. We're all struggling. We're all having happy moments, sad moments, scary moments. 2020 was a tough year, but I will say this, we all came together, and I saw a lot of people helping each other out. There may have been a lot of hate in the world, but there was also a lot of love, and the love will shine through no matter what. So good luck to you. Comment below what you would want to see in future videos, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.